Carrie, before we talk about Star Wars, you were in Chicago not too long ago for the filming of the Blues Brothers.
Right.
And did I hear that Dan Aykroyd saved your life?
Yes, he did. What there was left of it. We were all eating in one of the Winnebagos, and we were doing night shoots, so that's from 7 at night to 7 in the morning, and Danny was making me eat my vegetables. So I was hostily eating Brussels sprouts, and I swallowed one whole. And then I went off and was coughing. He thought I was laughing at him. And then he was, as Belushi said, Dudley Do-Right. You know, he came over and slapped me in the back. That didn't work, so he was that.
He did the Heimlich method.
Yeah,
around
which I didn't know. All I could think of was I had seen in a Chicago coffee shop one of those things, how to save someone if they're choking.
Sure.
But I just could remember that I'd wanted it to frame it and put it in my home, but not, you know, if I had ever been in that situation myself or with someone. It would have been a horrible death, dying in a Winnebago in Chicago in the middle of the night in a Sears Roebuck outfit.
On a Brussels sprout.
Dying, choking on a Brussels sprout. It's not a fancy death.
Empire Strikes Back, Princess Leia. Any close calls like that?
No Brussels sprouts there.
Not allowed, no Brussels sprouts allowed in space?
No close call. I can't think of any.
You're involved, though, in a lot of action.
Yeah, there's a lot of early morning gunshots. You know, instead of breakfast, you get a lot of gunpowder and explosives, and they don't ever really explain. There'll be about, there'll be 5 over there, and about 2 near your feet, and sort of 7 near there. And you've got 8 charges in your gun, and you know. And then the crew all has these things that they hold in front of their faces, and they have ear plugs. And the only good thing about my first hairstyle in the first movie was that it allowed me to wear earplugs.
Under the little buttons that are over here.
This hairstyle does not afford that luxury, so that I get to hear the full thing.
And you do all your own stunts in Dolby and everything?
Dolby stunts, yeah.
You had fun doing the sequel? Was it as much fun doing the sequel as the first one?
It's work. There's some fun. There's a lot of it's real difficult to do. A lot of the cockpit sequences, when you're working with things that aren't there, it requires a lot of concentration, a lot of imagination, a willingness to be a fool, if you will, and I did.
You feel like a fool when you're doing it, but certainly when you're...
Well, no, right before you do it, you think, oh, no, I'm going to look at a piece of tape and say, Jesus, there's the asteroids. But when you're doing it, you can't sort of, you have to, that is gone.
Yes, you've got to overcome all of that.
Just concentrate, just do your job.
A lot of romantic interludes almost happened there.
Yeah.
You getting kind of sweet on old Hans?
Well, yeah, I think...
You can tell us now, Carrie.
Okay, yes.
Just a few of us here.
Yes, I am.
Will it lead to bigger and better things?
Maybe. More necking for the princess?
Wouldn't it be great? And how to wait for the next sequel?
Oh, no.
How's Mom feel about all of
the
this?
necking?
Yeah.
She loves it. You know, it's like, since I didn't graduate from high school, it's a bonus.
She feels that you've made something out of your life as opposed to going on and getting further
I wouldn't
education.
go that far. No, sure. Yeah, no, she loves the film, and she loves show business, and she always had not encouraged me, but assumed that I would go into it, so she's very pleased.
How about Dad, Eddie Fisher?
He loves it. He saw the Empire the other night, and he calls himself King Organa now. He feels that if I get to be a princess, he must be a king. King Fisher.
We talk about Star Wars and sequels and parts and trilogies and whatnot. Is there a part maybe for Mom or Dad in one of the movies coming out later down the line?
I think that's scary. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe they do a nightclub sequence. If they bring back the Mos Eisley space bar.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad reunited doing, Steve and Edie.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine.
Anything's possible. This is another galaxy.
It really isn't. It's a long time ago, though, far, far away. You are, maybe, to the young people now, what Snow White used to be to you and me when we grew up.
And you see, Snow White never worked again. She rode off on a horse with some prince, and we've never heard of her again.
Is that going to happen to Carrie Fisher?
I don't know. I don't see any horses around. A couple of guys out there.
Quickly, romantic life. Right? What's any romantic news for us?
I'm dating.
You are? Who are you dating? Will you tell us?
Oh.
An actor?
No.
A non-actor?
Well, yeah, he has acted. And Paul Simon.
Paul Simon? You dating Paul Simon?
Mm-hmm.
The Paul Simon?
I don't call him that ever, no, really.
V, what time are you picking me up?
Good morning, the Paul Simon. Is the Paul Simon there?
Good. Will he be in Star Wars?
I'll ask. You ask him. Bigger than I am.
Princess Leia, thank you, Carrie Fisher. You're super in this one.
Okay, thank you.
And on and on you will go. We enjoyed chatting with you.
Okay.
And we enjoyed seeing the movie.
Okay, thanks a lot. I enjoyed Chicago.